Attention passionate Montreal, Canadiens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the Atlantic Division and it could shake up the entire conference. We're talking about a direct impact on Montreal Canadiens' path to another Stanley Cup run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Montreal Canadiens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Montreal Canadiens fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, let's talk about what's really catching everyone's attention this offseason. The Montreal Canadiens, a team that's been rebuilding with a lot of promise, is looking to add some serious talent to their roster. And no, this isn't just any rumor. It's something that could really change the landscape of the Atlantic Division, and more importantly, give the Canadiens a real shot at climbing back to the top of the NHL hierarchy. The team had a surprisingly young and energetic roster last season, which was a big part of why they exceeded expectations and made a playoff appearance, even if it was brief. That youthful squad showed a lot of potential, and now, with the right moves in the offseason, Montreal could be on the verge of something special. One of the most exciting rumors that's been circulating recently involves a potential reunion with a former top pick, Jonathan Drouin. The insider Jeremy Tingley from NHL Trade Rumors has been buzzing about this possibility, and if you're a Canadiens fan, you're probably already sitting on the edge of your seat. Why? Because bringing Drouin back could be a game-changer. For those of you who follow the team closely, you know that Drouin's journey has been quite the story. Drafted third overall by Tampa Bay in 2013, he was once considered one of the most promising offensive talents in the league. He was traded to Montreal in 2017 in a deal that also involved Mikhail Sergachev, a move that initially sparked a lot of hope among fans. In Montreal, Drouin played 6 seasons, and during that stretch, he showed flashes of brilliance, with his playmaking ability and offensive instincts shining through. He scored 48 goals and assisted on 138 more, totaling 186 points across 321 games. But his journey wasn't always smooth sailing. Injuries, inconsistent performances, and the pressure of playing in his hometown sometimes weighed heavily on him. Still, the talent was undeniable, and his return could inject some much-needed secondary scoring into the Canadiens' lineup. Last season, Drouin signed a 1-year deal worth $2.5 million with the Colorado Avalanche, a team that offered him a fresh start after some turbulent years in Montreal. In Colorado, he played 43 games, tallying 11 goals and 26 assists for a total of 37 points. That's pretty impressive considering the circumstances and the fact that he was coming off a somewhat inconsistent period. His performance is a clear indicator that he still has plenty to offer, especially if he can find the right system and team environment. Now, what makes this potential reunion even more intriguing is Drouin's age and contract expectations. At 30 years old, he's entering what many would consider the prime years of his career. According to NHL insiders like Frank Saravalli, Drouin is projected to sign a 4-year deal, averaging close to $6 million a season. That's a significant investment, but one that could pay off for the Canadiens if he continues to produce offensively. The team is certainly in a position where secondary scoring is crucial, and Drouin's ability to play in the middle six, providing both goal scoring and playmaking, makes him a perfect fit. But of course, it's not just about the numbers. Returning to Montreal would mean playing in front of family, friends, and the passionate Canadian fans who always expect the best from their hometown heroes. Drouin himself has spoken about the pressure of playing for Montreal, admitting that it's much harder than he initially anticipated. In interviews with ESPN's Ryan S. Clark, he described how the weight of expectations and the spotlight can sometimes be overwhelming, especially for a young player in a city that demands excellence. His agent, Alan Walsh, has also spoken openly about the challenges of handling the mental and emotional toll that comes with being a hometown player under intense scrutiny. So, could a return to Montreal be what Drouin needs to finally find his consistency and fulfill that early promise? It's certainly a possibility. After spending 2 years with Colorado, he might be ready to go back home, where he feels more comfortable and motivated. The Canadiens are known for their patient approach to rebuilding, and adding a veteran like Drouin could provide the leadership and offensive punch that the team needs to push further into the playoffs next season. Now, let's not forget about the bigger picture here. The Canadiens are in a unique position right now. They're still in a rebuilding phase, but the core is starting to take shape. Players like Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, and Juraj Slavkovsky are emerging as some of the team's brightest stars, and the addition of experienced players like Drouin could help accelerate their development. The team's management has been strategic, focusing on building a balanced roster with young talent complemented by veterans who can guide them through the next few seasons. And speaking of the team's overall outlook, it's worth noting that Montreal's offseason plans involve more than just Drouin. The Canadiens are expected to be active on the free agent market, looking for players who can fill specific needs, especially in scoring, depth, and leadership. They've shown a willingness to be aggressive, and with the salary cap going up slightly, they could be in a position to make some impactful signings. Whether it's adding a veteran winger, a reliable defenseman, or a goaltender to solidify their goal crease, the Canadiens are looking to put together a roster that can compete at a higher level. The excitement around this team is palpable, especially after last season's surprising run. The young players gained invaluable playoff experience, and the coaching staff learned a lot about what works and what needs improvement. The organization's goal now is to build on that momentum, and bringing back a familiar face like Drouin could be just the spark they need. It's all about chemistry, balance, and experience, and if Drouin signs on, he could be a key piece in that puzzle. Now, beyond the roster moves, this entire situation also highlights the emotional side of hockey. Fans, players, and management all feel the same hope, that their team can rise again, that the dark days are behind them, and that brighter times are ahead. For Montreal, that means returning to the Stanley Cup playoffs, challenging the usual suspects like Toronto, Boston, and Tampa Bay. But it also means doing it with a team that embodies resilience and passion, qualities that have defined the Canadiens for over a century. So, as we look ahead to this offseason, keep a close eye on what the Canadiens are doing. The potential signing of Jonathan Drouin is just one piece of the puzzle, but it's a piece that could have big implications for the team's future. Will he come back to the city where he grew up, where he's already familiar with the culture and the expectations? Or will he look elsewhere for a new opportunity? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, the Montreal Canadiens are not content with just being good. They want to be great again. And let's not forget, the fans are the heart of this team. Your passion, your voice, your unwavering support, that's what keeps the Canadiens alive. The team's management knows that, and they're working tirelessly to put a roster on the ice that will make you proud. Whether it's through smart signings, draft picks, or strategic trades, the Canadiens are aiming for a bright future. And with players like Drouin potentially returning, that future looks a lot more promising than it has in years. Now, I want to take a moment to talk about the fans' role in all of this. Your voices, your enthusiasm, your energy, it all matters. The Canadiens have a rich history, filled with legendary players and unforgettable moments. They've faced adversity before, and they've come out stronger each time. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and it's all thanks to the passion of the fans who never give up. Your support fuels the team, and your optimism pushes management to make bold moves. And as we wrap up this deep dive into what's happening behind the scenes, remember that this is more than just trades and signings. It's about the heart and soul of the Montreal Canadiens. It's about the hope that this franchise can return to its glory days, that the historic logo can once again be seen lighting up the ice with passion and pride. The journey isn't over, and the best is yet to come. So, Montreal Canadiens fans, keep your eyes on the offseason. Stay tuned for more updates, rumors, and news, because what's happening now could define the next chapter of Canadiens hockey. The potential reunion with Drouin is just the beginning. The team is aiming high, and with your support they can reach those heights. Whether it's through a big signing, a strategic move, or just the unbreakable spirit of the fans, the Canadiens are on the rise. And now, Montreal Canadiens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Montreal Canadiens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Montreal Canadiens news. Let's keep this passion alive, and remember, together we're stronger. Go Habs go!